So God has given us all a call on our lives, and we tend to want to think it is this big thing in the ministry. Some people don't feel like there's a call on our life, but we do. We have a call, and it has a set time. And the Bible is full of references to that appointed or due time. So in Habakkuk 2:3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So, looking at this, if we look at appointed, that gives the idea of a set time for a specific purpose, a time set apart for something specific, for that particular call in your life. Even though sometimes we may have smaller portions, the main thing has a set time for it to happen. At the end gives the connotation of coming to completion, the end of a process, the fulfillment of a promise for this vision, or a conclusion. It will speaks. This is the best part to me. It gives the connotation of to think of breathing something into life, fanning the flames of faith, bringing to life with the substance of things hoped for. We know faith is the substance of things hoped for. That means it brings them into being. God created the world by his words. He said in the beginning, let there be light, and there was light. He spoke things into existence. And so it will speak means this is coming into existence. It says wait for it, and that gives us the idea of enduring again, meaning we're going to have to be patient. It will not tarry. Tarry means to fall behind. So this is telling us it will be on time. It may not feel like it's on time. It may not be when we wanted it to happen. In fact, it's usually not, but it will be on time. Isaiah 55 tells us that God's word will accomplish what it is sent out to do. It will accomplish his work and his will. So we think we know what the perfect time is, but we don't know. Okay. Sometimes it seems like it's tarrying and like it's never going to happen, but there is that set or due time. So years ago, when I was baby Christian, I experienced something that greatly affected me and changed me. I had been invited by my neighbor to go to church with her. This is where I actually got saved. We became friends. She would give me books and tapes. Yeah, it was a long time ago, about faith. And we would go on walks together, and we would talk about the Lord in church. And my sister-in-law lived right by where we were walking, and I felt led to invite her to go with us. And we were not friends. She was very jealous of me. I was probably jealous of her. She did a lot of things to me. She stole things from me that were treasures for me that my grandfather had given me. She would tell lies about me. She would act inappropriately towards my husband, threw away our wedding video. I mean, she did a lot of crap. And so I really didn't want to share my new friend with her. I was being selfish. And whose interest was I thinking of? Mine. And it wasn't very long. I want to say like a week, and it may not have been that quick, but it was quick. Very short time later, her life just fell apart. She stepped into this great life of sin. She got on drugs. She was cheating on her husband. She left and drug her newborn baby along with her, and this lasted for years, y'all. And it got so bad. And I felt so responsible. Now, we know in actuality, God could have taken care of that had she been willing. He could have sent someone else. If he can use a donkey to speak, he can get around us, right? But I was young at the time and I didn't know this. And so I felt so responsible because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And so I began to pray for her. I felt like I had let God down. I asked him for another chance, and I asked him to give me the love for her that he had for her, to allow me to love her as he loved me. um, and to see her as he saw her. And so I did, and I prayed daily, and I ran with it. I mean, I prayed diligently for years. Okay. I prayed for months, years, nothing happened. Things got worse. She wound up being strung up on meth. She moved away with her daughter. The divorce was nasty and, all kinds of crap going on, stressful. But I just kept praying and I kept praying and I kept praying. Um, and it took a really long time. We would see her daughter, on the weekends, and I would try to pour my life into her. I took her to church, and every chance we got, we helped with her. Um, Many years later, maybe 10, 12 years later, she moved back and God opened a door. She lived close by, and her daughter had been going to church with us regularly, and she was going to get baptized. My son had gotten baptized, and she was going to get baptized. So her mom came to church with us, which was just phenomenal and shocking. And when she came, she gave her life to Christ, and she got baptized that day. She didn't have a change of clothes or any of that. She had done horrible things in her life. And she did continue to struggle. And so some people may argue and say that she wasn't saved because she did remain on drugs for most of the rest of her life. But I really felt like she was just not able to grow and mature like she needed to. She didn't accept God's forgiveness. But I feel in my heart that she was saved that day, and I'll stand on that. So it was years before I saw the answer to that prayer. But that seed was planted. It started way back in the beginning, and my prayer actually was answered then. God knew the end, He knew the answer, and He accomplished that. Okay, and it took time for us just to see it in life. He wasn't late, He was right on time. He had an appointed time for that. I could have given up, but He gave me His strength to stand. All I had to do was be obedient, and that was to pray and be willing to step out and not be too shy about it. This grew my faith tremendously, and was kind of the first step towards becoming a mature Christian. And I can't even tell you, am I a mature Christian now? I don't know. I definitely still have plenty of growing to do, as we all do. It's a journey, and we are always moving, growing, and perfecting and maturing.